Hello, True Blood fans. Today I'm going to be telling you a little story. A story about a young woman in Louisiana that works as a cocktail waitress. Her name is, unfortunately and yet by no surprise, Sookie Stackhouse, otherwise known as Banana Pancakes. Because if we're going to be making up dumb names, we might as well start now. Banana Pancakes is a mind-reading virgin in the South who also has equally poor judgment. All the time. During the day, Banana Pancakes likes to sit around doing nothing with her amount of 0 friends. At night, she falls in love with an unreadable vampire man who makes the voices in her head go silent. Living the dream. But wait! Murder rocks the town of Bon Tom's where she lives, and suddenly the one person she loves the most is under investigation. Her boyfriend, Vampire Bill. And we're going to remind you that he's a vampire by calling him Vampire Bill all throughout the novel. The only other person who could possibly be responsible for this is her slutty brother, Jason Banana Pancakes. So, is she next? Should she be scared? Of course not. Because we all know, readers of Charlaine Harris' Dead Until Dark, that the only thing scarier than Sookie Stackhouse's situation is her fashion sense. Denim skirts and banana clips? I mean, are you serious? Oh, what's that? It was written in 2001. Unfortunately, my review of this story is 1 star out of 5. Sookie only likes Bill because she's a virgin and he's uninhibited and sexy and dark, and she has these really weird raging hormones and she can't read his brain, which is just unfortunate because you can't trust a vampire. But even she thinks he's gross because a character later on in the book, you know what he does? He goes, hey Sookie, that boyfriend of yours is dead. And she reacts like this. Pukes all over the place. And then she's okay with it and still madly in love with him for the rest of the story, completely forgetting the fact that he's disgusting. Stuff like this happens all throughout the book. We get these really rushed explanations, and then we have just superfluous details where it doesn't even matter. Bottom line, there's nothing remarkable about this story. It's kind of a short, trashy read. Even the love scenes are just, they're not trashy, they're just bad. Ooh, they're poorly written. I suggest you grab a bucket of popcorn while you read this. And I was thinking, if Sookie was my friend, we'd have the weirdest conversations. And you'll think them up too, you know, you'll be like, hey Sookie, did you just read my mind? No. So you're telling me you brought a dog home, and he turned into a human overnight while you were asleep. You woke up, it's your naked box next to you. And you believed him? I did believe that he was a dog. He was a dirty, dirty dog. So Sookie, come on. You've been drinking that vampire blood on the sly, right? I see those highlights in your hair. She's just so weird and ridiculous that I can't take her seriously. I can't take Charlaine Harris seriously. But I will say this, the show is much better. So much better. It's like after watching a bunch of hours of the news or going to school or going to work, sometimes you want to come home and you want to watch something silly. And by all means, do so. But watch the show. Don't read it. Sookie has no depth with someone for an aptitude to reading minds. She's really weird, and not in a sort of likable way like Kristen Stewart, but in a really unlikable way. Dead Until Dark made me appreciate Twilight. Let that sink in for you. Also, it might be better to see the show because you can't exactly see who's writing your story, and I'm not one to judge, but after reading sort of a semi-erotic novel, I don't want to be hit with this. So, I mean, basically that's all I have to say. If you really want to know what this story is about, it's about a girl who is a waitress who reads minds. She falls in love with a vampire. Vampires are now accepted into the community because people think it's a sort of virus and they feel sorry for them. Also, they make a lot of synthetic blood, so they're not really out there killing a bunch of people. Although sometimes they are, but this is the South, the dirty South, if you know what I mean, in the book, and it really does feel like that. It feels like a dirty, trashy novel, and I just didn't like it. I gave it 1 star out of 5, but by all means, if you have nothing to do and you're on vacation, or you just read a really difficult book for school or for your own pastime, then if you want to pick up something light, you're going to breeze through this in about a day. And I mean, it's something to pass the time. At the end of the day, I'd like to say, hey, at least you're reading, but oh, I just can't.